Think you've already mapped out your movie calendar for the next few years? Think again. 2026 just looked at your plans and laughed. Because this isn't just another year with a few sequels, it's shaping up to be a full-on sci-fi takeover.
I have the power!
We've got the Avengers event that's about to break the internet, the final chapter of Dune, and the return of the King of Monsters. But we aren't just talking about the big names, so today we're counting down 13 confirmed sci-fi movies dropping in 2026, ranked from hidden gems you need to see to global events you won't be able to escape. And trust me, by the time we hit the top 3, it gets absolutely insane. Alright, let's jump in. Kicking things off with a heavy hitter right out of the gate, Spider-Man 4: Brand New Day.
What's up, guys?
This isn't the high school Peter Parker anymore. No Tony Stark tech, no Aunt May, and nobody remembers he exists. This movie is taking Spidey back to his roots: street-level crime, gritty action, and high emotional stakes. If you miss the days when Spider-Man was just a guy trying to pay rent while fighting crime in New York, this is the reset we've been waiting for. It's dropping July 31st, and it's going to be massive. At number 12, Star Wars is finally returning to the big screen on May 22nd with The Mandalorian and Grogu. And look, I know some of you have serious Disney Plus fatigue, but Jon Favreau knows exactly what he's doing. This isn't a TV episode stretched into 2 hours, this is a full-blown space western blockbuster. We're finally getting Mando and the little guy thrown into a massive, galaxy-wide conflict with a true movie-level budget. If you're looking for pure, fun space action on the big screen, this is absolutely the one to bet on. Moving over to DC at number 11, James Gunn is rebooting the universe, and on June 26th, we're getting Supergirl: Woman of Tomorrow. Forget the CW version. This one's based on Tom King's comic run, which is basically True Grit in space. This take on Supergirl is hardcore. She watched her planet die and grew up stranded on a drifting rock. It's less superhero movie and more epic sci-fi revenge saga. Visually, this has all the makings of the most unique comic book movie of the year. Number 10 is my personal dark horse for the best movie of the year, Project Hail Mary.
I'm gonna call you Rocky. We're here for the same reason. His son is dying too. We're gonna save our planet.
If you love The Martian, pay attention. Ryan Gosling plays a teacher-turned-astronaut who wakes up from a coma in deep space, has no idea who he is, and realizes he has to save the sun from dying. The best part? He teams up with an alien spider creature. It sounds wild, but with Phil Lord and Chris Miller directing, this is going to be the smartest, most heartwarming sci-fi film of March 20th. Do not sleep on this one. At number 9, we are heading back to Panem on November 20th. The Hunger Games: Sunrise on the Reaping.
I think these games are going to be different.
Finally, we get the story fans have been waiting for, Haymitch Abernathy's origin. The film takes us to the 50th Hunger Games, famously known as the Quarter Quell, where the number of tributes was doubled. It's going to be brutal, tragic, and emotionally draining, showing exactly how a young Haymitch outsmarted the Capitol long before he drank himself into oblivion. If you liked The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, this one is shaping up to be even darker and grittier. At number 8, it honestly feels like we've been waiting 20 years for this moment. On June 5th, Masters of the Universe finally hits the big screen.
Take the sword. You protect them.
Directed by Travis Knight, the man who breathed new life into Transformers with Bumblebee, this isn't just a nostalgic cash grab. Knight is aiming for a massive mythological fantasy epic set on the planet Eternia. While it promises high-tech warfare clashing with ancient magic, the director has teased that he's embracing the vibrant, weird roots of the original toys. With Nicholas Galitzine rocking the Power Sword and Jared Leto stepping into the iconic hood of Skeletor, this is a high-stakes gamble that could launch a massive new cinematic universe. Number 7 is where things get beautifully weird. Arriving March 6th, we have The Bride.
I am a monster.
Yeah, so am I.
Director Maggie Gyllenhaal is teaming up with Christian Bale and Jessie Buckley for a twisted punk rock reimagining of The Bride of Frankenstein. This isn't your typical polished blockbuster. It's going to be atmospheric, gritty, and likely a little disturbing. If you're tired of CGI-heavy green screens and want a film driven by raw performances and stunning practical sets, put this one at the top of your 2026 watchlist. Number 6 is pure high-concept adrenaline. Good luck, have fun, don't die. Hits theaters on February 13th.
Who's joining me? Who's ready to save the future?
Sam Rockwell stars as a man from the future who walks into a retro diner to recruit a group of unsuspecting patrons for a mission to save the world from an AI apocalypse. It's got that indie action energy. Think Everything Everywhere All at Once meets the chaos of the Terminator. Directed by Gore Verbinski, the visionary behind the original Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy, this is shaping up to be the most inventive popcorn flick to kick off the year. Breaking into the top 5 is a thriller that feels a little too close to home. Disclosure Day, dropping June 12th.
Are they people?
No.
This isn't just any alien movie, it's the grand return of Steven Spielberg to the genre he defined. Starring Emily Blunt, Josh O'Connor, and Colin Firth, the premise is chillingly grounded. Instead of a War of the Worlds style invasion, it focuses on the global fallout the day the government finally admits we aren't alone. It's a tense psychological study of how society, religion, and the 24-hour news cycle fracture under the weight of the ultimate truth. If you want to see Spielberg move away from wonder and into grounded suspense, this is the blockbuster of the summer. Number 4 is a brutal survival thriller landing March 6th, The War Machine.
Whatever that thing is, it's hunting us, and it won't stop.
Starring Alan Ritchson, this one doesn't play like a standard military action movie. It follows an elite unit of U.S. Army Rangers in the final phase of their training, when a routine exercise suddenly goes sideways and turns into a fight for survival against something they don't understand. This isn't just about firepower, it's about fear, endurance, and what happens when highly trained soldiers realize they're being hunted. From what we've seen so far, the tone looks gritty, grounded, and relentless, closer to Predator than a traditional war drama. If you like survival stories where the enemy stays in the shadows and the tension never lets up, The War Machine feels like it could hit hard, dark, raw, and seriously intense. Now we enter the God tier. Coming in at number 3, The King of Monsters returns in the highly anticipated sequel, Godzilla -0. Mark your calendars for November 6th. Now, if you're in Japan, you're getting it on November 3rd, but for the rest of the world, the destruction begins on November 6th. Either way, the countdown is almost over. The first film didn't just win an Oscar, it proved that a monster movie could be a cinematic masterpiece. Director Takashi Yamazaki is back to pick up right where that chilling cliffhanger left off. Word is, this sequel is going to lean even harder into the terror, featuring a regenerating Godzilla and potentially some iconic new adversaries. The Japanese team understands that Godzilla isn't just a giant lizard, he's a haunting force of nature. Hollywood, take notes. This is how you do a sequel. Number 2, The Holy War reaches its breaking point on December 18th with Dune, Messiah. Denis Villeneuve returns to complete his legendary trilogy, and let this be a warning. If you still think Paul Atreides is the hero, you haven't been paying attention. Picking up 12 years after the events of Part 2, Messiah is a galactic tragedy about the cost of absolute power. With Timothée Chalamet and Zendaya returning, and rumors of Robert Pattinson joining the cast, this isn't just a movie, it's a global event. Expect visuals that will melt your brain and a story that deconstructs the very idea of a chosen one. And finally, at number 1, the movie that truly needs no introduction. Arriving December 18th, Avengers Doomsday. The Russo brothers are officially back in the director's chair, and they brought a familiar face with them. Robert Downey Jr. is returning to the MCU, but this time, he isn't here to save the world. He's here to bring it to its knees as Victor Von Doom. The stakes have literally never been higher. With Doom wielding a deadly combination of master-level science and dark magic, this is the beginning of the end for the multiverse saga. Between the looming threat of Battleworld and the X-Men finally stepping into the frame, this isn't just a movie. It's the cinematic event of the decade. Can Marvel reclaim the throne? We'll find out this December. Let's be real. 2026 isn't just a movie year, it's a total battlefield. From the King of the Monsters to the rise of Dr. Doom, the stakes have never been higher. But I want to hear from you. Which of these are you showing up for on day 1? Is it Doomsday, Dune, or Godzilla? Drop your number 1 pick in the comments below. If this list helped you gear up for 2026, hit that like button and subscribe for more countdowns that skip the filler. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the movies.